Welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. Today is the What Month Is It collab. It's June, so that means time to celebrate Dad. Let's get into it. I grabbed some Dollar Tree large bottle caps. They're about 6 inches around. I'm going to add a wee bit of distressing with some black acrylic paint just along the edges. I lightly brush. With my silhouette, I've cut 3 6-inch circles, and I've also cut the letters to spell Dad from both gray and white vinyl. I'm going to show you an easy way to layer your vinyl lettering. The gray will be shadowed to the white. So first, I'll separate them. I'll place my transfer tape over the white D and I'll burnish it. I'll take a piece of wax paper and place it over my gray D, but I'll leave a wee bit of the letter peeking out. That's important. Now I can line up my letters. The wax paper allows me to see just where I want it to be before I commit to the position, because the vinyl won't stick to the wax paper. You can use freezer paper for this too. I'll burnish with my thumb in the area where the two vinyls meet, and I remove the wax paper. It slides right out. Now that I'm lined up, I'll burnish the two vinyls together. This is great because it takes the guesswork out of the process. I've put my black circle on my sticky mat and I'll center the D right there in the middle. I'm just eyeing it, as you can see. I burnish it and remove the tape. Now I can peel the backing from the circle and add it to the inside of my bottle cap. And I'm just rubbing out some of those bubbles. Easy, right? And I'll set those aside for now. So the backer for this project is this board here. It's 2 foot by 7¼ inches wide. I'm going to make a stain using JoSonja Retarder gel and Ceramcoat Ring Gray. I only need a small amount, so I load my brush first with the medium, dip my bristles into the paint, and I mix it on my plate. I'm only staining a few inches on one end of the board, so I brush it on and I'll wipe it back with a paper towel. I also stain the edges the entire way around the board. Okay, a word of caution here. Be sure that your stain is dry before attempting to add the vinyl. I rode the struggle bus with this because I have no patience. Anyway, this plaque is from my husband, so my lettering says established 1997, since that's when our first child was born. So let the battle begin. Started on the ends, but that was a nope. Here's me trying my best to get the bottom edges of the letters to stick by holding them with my scraper. Now I come at it from the other end, pleading with the vinyl to please stick. Politeness seemed to work, and some progress was made. I placed the tape backer over the part I've managed to wrangle free, so if the tape falls, it won't stick back on my vinyl. Ever so slowly, I fight on until victory. And guess what? This was sped up triple time. Now that the vinyl is in place, I'll use a cosmetic sponge to pounce on some Mod Podge to keep the paint from bleeding beneath the lettering. I give the front of the board a loose coat of black acrylic paint. I want this to have some of the wood showing through and its texture, so that's why I'm only doing one coat. Time to peel up that vinyl that I battled. It was worth it. I love the way it looks. I spray it with clear matte sealer. I've lined up 3 2-inch mending plates on my board. I just eyeballed them and I marked the holes. The bottle caps will get attached to these. So I drill some pilot holes and then I'll screw the mending plates in place. I'll wrap the other end of the board with some of this cool two-tone jute. I'm going to be honest, I struggled with this too. I was all thumbs. I pass each end under the jute that's already wrapped around the board and I knotted it. To embellish the ends of the jute, I'll string some washers onto the tails, knotting the ends. I thought this was a really cute touch. Finally, I use these magnets to attach the bottle caps to the board. Love it. And look, you can arrange it horizontally or vertically, your choice. I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. This is a monthly collab hosted by my friend Tammy of Happiness Created and co-hosted by Miriam of Craft with Miriam, Cindy of Z Designs, and our special guest host this month is Bree of Bree's Arts. Talented ladies. You'll find links to their channels in the description box. Please give them some love. This one is super quick and easy. All you need is a jar. This is an old candle jar that I've thoroughly cleaned. And I'll clean the outside with some rubbing alcohol to make sure my vinyl will stick. I've cut this cute dad stash on black vinyl to fit on the front of my jar. I'll bend the transfer tape up a little bit so that the decal is applied from the center first. I really think this helps with a good application. I mean, for me anyway. I'll burnish it and remove the transfer tape. I'll wrap some of that two-tone jute around the lid and knot it and add knots to the end, just like before. I'm using a small piece of paddle wire as like a needle to get the jute through the nuts. It's ready to be filled with some of Dad's favorite candy, or even some cash. I'm sure Dad would love that. Really cute and really quick. I found this frame amongst my stash, so I cleaned it up and I'll remove the back and the mat from the inside. I'll trace the mat onto the back of my cardstock and I'll cut it out. I use glue dots on the corners of the paper to attach to the mat. And I'll reinsert the mat and the backer into the frame. I clean the glass with some rubbing alcohol. And I apply my vinyl, which reads, Dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's first love, and mom's best friend. To finish it and tie it together with the other projects, I'm adding 3 nuts to the bottom right and upper left corners with E6000. That's a true story right there. Here's a look at all 3 projects together. I hope you like them. What dad wouldn't love to get something like this? Thank you, Tammy, for hosting, and thanks to Bree, Miriam, and Cindy for co-hosting. Links to their channels, as well as the playlist, are in the description box, along with my supplies. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Happy Father's Day to all the awesome dads, grandpops, and anyone who gives a father's love, who walks the walk, and leads by example. Stay creative, my friends. Thanks for hanging with me. See you next time. Up all night with Monica.